guys, welcome to another episode of Friday Vibes Centonomy Campus Edition. My name is Esther and I'm here with Eli Mwenda, who's an entrepreneur and fashion blogger. So I'll just let him introduce and say more about it.
Yeah, so my name is, as you said, is Eli Mwenda. I'm 26 years old and I'm a fashion blogger online, and also I run a few businesses that I sort of don't show online. So that's basically my day-to-day blogging and business as well.
Okay, so let's start with the fact that you've grown up in the UK pretty much, and there's been this conversation that the Kenyan education system is not very good, doesn't cater for creatives or for people who have talent and want to grow their talent and things like that. So how would you say the UK is different having studied here?
Okay, so for me my experience is slightly unique because the whole creative side for me is something that's come later on in life. So I'll speak on like how my education was generally, right, and what I saw. So it's a bit of a problem in the UK as well, the lack of appreciation for creatives. But it's something that I would say in the last few years there's a few more avenues and like vocational courses that you can kind of take and sort of nurture those talents. But it's not something even over there that sort of happened overnight. It's something people have complained about because I feel like people that are creative can get lost in the system because it will say that they're not performing where their performance is supposed to be, you know, excelling somewhere else. So it's a problem, I think, on both scales. But I think maybe UK is slightly ahead in terms of, you know, appreciating that. But from what I'm seeing online, there's a few more people that are sort of taking that step because it's not offered here, doing their own thing and using entrepreneurship and creativity to sort of make it a link for themselves, which is to see.
Yeah, what did you study in first?
I did public health at university, so very different.
Are you using it in career now?
No, not at all.
Not at all?
No, I realised in second year that I didn't want to sort of go into employment in that line.
Are there like specific reasons why you didn't pursue it?
Like I said, the entrepreneur side sort of came later on. So when I was in second year, I realised, I don't actually, because I was looking at, that's when we started to look at career paths and salaries, and though it would have been a good salary, the progression to get to what I wanted was far too long, and I didn't love the subject. I liked it because I've got a very keen interest in health, but in terms of using that like as a career, it was really interesting. So after uni, I just sort of,
Oh, interesting. So could you speak to, let's say, how young people manage their money here and in the UK? Is it any different? What have you observed?
I would say that for guys in the UK, there's a bit of a lack of responsibility in terms of moving out and things, purely because the housing market's it's very difficult to sort of get on the ladder. So a lot of guys are at home, so when they're working their jobs at a young age, they've got extra money. This happened to me, I was still at home and I had a job, plus like student loans and things. So my excess money, I found that because it was the culture among my friends, everyone's doing it, it's always buying clothes, going on short holidays or around Europe, and I think that's purely because of the lack of responsibility needed. But I think here, a lot of guys, they move out and they make that decision, so I think money management here, it might be like a bit of a lower salary because they're not working and things, but what they do have, I think they actually manage better than Europe and the UK.
I've actually never looked at that like that. I think it's a very interesting perspective. So when talking about like guys moving out, I think here it's very like you have to move out at a certain age, you have to move out at a campus. So is there like a relative age where guys in the UK now will move out or?
Okay, so I'll say. So university, and the only reason it happens at university is because you have student loans. If you don't go to uni, it's very rare that you'll find someone moving out. And if they do move out, I've got one friend out of all my friends that's bought a house. And that's because he didn't go to university for an entrepreneur since he was 16. And that's the only person that sort of took that path and now has bought a house. But in terms of people that I know in just the general field, the age I'll say people start to move out is when they're close to 30, when they start to like move out and actually have a house. But before that, if they're in the education university system, they would have moved out around 18, and they come back after moving because once the uni money's gone, they're trying to find a job. So that gap, you finally sort of come back home, unless you get a good job.
Okay. So along that line, like a lot of young people now start working like really early in their teenage year, 16, 15, which doesn't happen here. So why do you think that happens in the UK more?
Thing is, I'm not sure why it doesn't happen here, but I know in the UK why it does happen is that the working age starts at 16. So most retail jobs, like for me for instance, I got a retail job when I was 16. I think I worked in a bakery for a few months. And once everyone's allowed to work, you find that most people, unless they're from a very wealthy background, most people take that leap and they say, okay, I'm in education, so you finish school, and then afterwards you go straight to your job and then come back around 9 p.m. And that sort of carries on and it happens university as well, because the schedule was normally quite flexible. In my case, I worked, so I had like lectures 3 times a week, and the other days I work. So people, I don't know, maybe it's the system of education allows that kind of time, and it's not as rigorous as here, so people have that extra time to
so guys, there are at an advantage as compared
I think
to
so, yeah, maybe it's the education.
Yeah, but I also think like here, as much as they're working 8 to 15, people still don't start working at 18. Most people start when they're like way past campus, 23, 24. So even the conversation we've been having with campus edition is what are the ways you can make extra money when you're still young, so that you can like get these habits when you're growing older. Yeah, interesting. So how do you yourself manage your money?
How do I manage money? Personally, I'm still figuring it out, like a lot of people.
Yeah.
If I would say, like, I've got goals what I want to like start distributing my money, and for me, it's putting it in 3 different places. So it's like savings, and then basically allocating expenses, and then sort of having just like petty cash sort of thing. So the main thing I'm trying to structure right now is to shift the percentage to have sort of more savings, and then expenses and sort of petty cash. So there's three blocks.
Is there any structure that you use when you're doing your savings, or do you save with a certain goal, or just save for emergencies?
So that's when it comes to that sort of petty cash. I'll find that a lot of the time I'll put that into savings for something that might come up, I don't know. But I'll try to distribute like the savings part to just be a set amount that sort of goes every month.
Okay, so let's talk about you being an entrepreneur and also an influencer. So what goes into being a male fashion influencer, bearing in mind that there aren't many here in Kenya?
Yeah. Okay, so I think what goes into it for me is I don't think about it too much because it's something I like doing anyway. So in terms of what goes into it, I think it's just showing what I would naturally do anyway. So it's making that conscious effort to, when I've got an outfit on that I like, to make sure I'm posting. When it comes to the more collaboration and the sort of business side of it, it's consistency in terms of pushing out and reaching out to sort of brands. So that's why the love for it really helped, because the percentage of brands that will get back to you, the percentage that actually will work with you is very low. So if you've not got that love for it, you find that to keep on pushing is kind of difficult. So that's why it kind of works for me, because before social media, I liked fashion anyway. So it's just been a natural transition. Yeah, exactly.
Why would you say that there aren't a lot of male fashion influencers? Because it's very hard to find.
Honestly, I tried to collaborate with someone, and there's like none out there. I've been asking people the same question because obviously I'm kind of new to the country, and I think there's a bit of toxic kind of like masculinity. Like they don't want to. I don't know. I think it's the perception of maybe their group of friends, if you're seen to be a blogger, there's something down on like that's feminine, or that's why you interested in that sort of thing. Like because obviously it includes things like skincare, things like fashion, and I think a lot of the time straight away you think females, you think about having a skincare routine. You don't think about a man having a skincare routine, and I think societally it's not really attached to men. So once it starts to sort of change, and once more guys start doing it, then I think we'll see more boys. Because some guys like it when they're too scared to sort of show that's their interest.
So to that specific guy who want to get into it, what kind of advice would you give?
I'd say be a trendsetter yourself. Like go and do it, and I guarantee people will follow and they'll want to do it themselves. So if you've got the love for it, like I say, it will feel natural when you start to sort of do it, start to show your outfits and things like that, and you'll find that you'll succeed because, like I mentioned, that nagging at brands and things like that, you'll do it because you want to rather than somebody that's trying to do it and it's not natural for them. So if you've got that natural passion, the world has changed. It's 2019 and there's a lot of money in social media. You'll see advertising from brands and things, they're now moving into that space. So when they're starting to move into that space, be the guy that's ready to sort of get the money from it, basically. That's what I say.
Alright, let's talk about the entrepreneur side. So how did you start House of Eli, and how has been the journey so far?
Okay, so House of Eli started, the concept came about quite recently, but it's something I've wanted to do for such a long time, and it's just, when I came here I realised there's more of a need for it than there is in the UK in terms of providing guys with new styles and new fashions that they sort of like. So after speaking to a few guys, being at events, just chatting to guys, like, I found that because people from my Kenyan audience really liked what I wore. They couldn't access it here or get it here because of shipping and things like that. So I saw that gap after about being here for about 2 months, and I said, okay, my goal is to make my own designs, but to sort of get the ball rolling, let me offer them the stuff in the UK that I really wear, that I like. So what I did is when I went looking for stock, I just basically bought if I was going shopping or like that, because it needs these guys, I'd like it too. So I did that, and it's been an okay reception. The only thing I would say is coming from 2 different markets, and how I mentioned that UK is very consumer based. The price points is something that I'm still sort of figuring out, if I'm very honest, because I think a lot of guys, because they're not the consumers, isn't there, and like I mentioned, some haven't moved out, people in the UK haven't moved out, people here have still got their bills. For them to spend that money on the clothing, I'm still trying to figure out how I can make it sort of better for those guys.
Alright, so any challenges that you've faced so far?
I'd say that the price points. The price points, and that's just purely because I did my market research and everything, but when you actually put it out there, it can be different to. But the best thing I'd say is that the guys are liking the stuff. So once I managed to marry a good price point and a good product, I think it's very good.
How about the Instamarket that you recently held, and then there's another in August, right?
Yes.
So take us through the journey of starting, here, the challenges, the money side.
Okay, so that's very, very similar to how House of Eli came about. Basically, it's kind of a similar thing because I wanted, because it was an online business, House of Eli, I wanted there to be like a physical place that guys could go and shop the stuff. So I tried to get some stores in some markets sort of around Nairobi, and they were all full, or there was none available. So I said, okay, and also my sister was sort of coming over from the UK as well. So we'll have phone conversations, and we said, I can't get a spot for us to sell our stuff because she has a brand. And then we're like, why don't we just make our own event? Because I'm sure there's guys in that position that are meant to do it as well. And so we had the idea of having the event. And then we were like, how can we sort of maximize our marketing side, whereby we're going to get the audience without spending too much on marketing and making it natural as well. And so because I've been quite lucky in terms of my blogging over here, I've made quite good connections with some influencers. So I reached out to like my peers and I basically gave them the idea of what the market was. And I said, would you want to do the same thing with me? Because aside from House of Eli, I was also selling some of my stuff that I didn't wear. So I said, are you in the same position? You've got some stuff you want to sell? It was a really good response. They're like, yeah, this is amazing. This is something I wanted to do. And the plus side as well was that now, because these influencers are going to be selling their things, their audience that love their stuff, for instance, if you're a fashion blogger, if your audience likes your fashion, now there's a chance to actually buy the pieces you see on your feed. So it developed from a need from House of Eli into now a model which really was very effective at the last one we had. So we found that we had quite a few influencers that came, and then the audience came in mass because now it was leveraged because the influencers wanted to sell their stuff and the audience wanted to buy, and we needed to have it going. And what was good as well is we had about a 70-30 split of influencers to small businesses. So it was very beneficial as well for businesses because they got a platform to have this massive audience that we wouldn't have connected with because they didn't have a big online presence. So when I spoke to every single vendor after the event, they all said they sort of made money, and they were surprised at how many people sort of came. So those were the influencers. We found that the vendors also,
and I was pretty there as well, and I thought it was a great idea. And there was a lot of people, and also I think what was interesting is seeing a lot of young guys there. So it means like a lot of young guys are out there, they have stuff to sell, maybe they've just not figured out like how to reach to other people. So will the next Instamarket be bigger?
Much bigger. I think we'll have double the amount of members. So hopefully double the amount of people that come. That's what we're hoping for. We only announced it sort of 3 days ago. It's been a good response so far. But like you mentioned about the young people that needed that sort of platform to sell their stuff, I was blown away by the response because the first one, compared to the applications, we had to cut 50% of the people that wanted to apply. So close to 80, 90 people that applied, but because of space, we could only accommodate about 42. So the next one, we're like, hey, we need to go larger because the main thing that people want to stop somebody that had entrepreneurship and wanted to sell, give them opportunity purely because of space. So the next one, yes, like I mentioned, we've gone bigger. We're going to a different venue, so hopefully we can accommodate around 100 members. That's the plan,
Alright, and so for any guys who want to participate, the details will be in the description box. As you said before, you have to find ways to make extra cash, and guys have been asking for these opportunities, so guys, don't miss out. like on such a great opportunity, and it also like helps you build some brand awareness.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah. All right. So as we come to a close, what are like the 3 things you advise any young person out there?
3 things. I would say, if you have an idea, I know it sounds too cliche, but it's very factual. If you have an idea, that's very unique to you. Like you find that what I always say, especially to my sister, she's a creative person, so she gets frustrated that she has ideas and maybe she can't implement them. And I always say, don't look at that as a negative, that you have an idea and you're frustrated. Look at it as a positive, because it means you have. Some people don't even have the idea to start with. So if you have that idea, you don't even have the resource, it's okay. Just keep the idea until you do have a resource. We'll find ways to be able to use that idea that you have and try and get a resource somehow, some way. But it's a good thing that you're even frustrated. It means you've got a drive, it means you've got potential in you. Because some people are very content. So if you're frustrated, look at it as a good thing. It's a good thing you're frustrated. It means there's something that wants to make money, that wants to progress. That would be the first thing. The second thing that I would say is be very careful about your peers that you have. Make sure the individuals that sort of around you, because when you're at a young age, what I found anyway, I'm still young at 26, but what I found anyway is that a lot of guys that you're in a big friendship group with, you value all of their opinions, but sort of when it comes down to it, there's maybe 2 or 3 people that you actually need opinions from, or that are going to be with you 5 years times after this group is sort of gone smaller, because inevitably everyone goes their way. So pick the value opinions, and some of them just don't matter. So try and keep it smaller is better, I think, in terms of opinion, in terms of good friendships. Third thing. Because I'm a fashion blogger, fashion's a big side of my life, and it's something that helps me as well, is never dress down. That's my opinion, because I always say that you should be able to go into any building, any situation, and feel like you belong there. Don't ever, because the worst thing is feeling inadequate purely because of what you're wearing. And it doesn't take a lot of money to do it. It just takes a little bit of effort, a little bit of grooming, and making sure things are clean. But appearance, it's not vanity. I think it's essential. So you should be able to go into any building and feel like you're meant to be there, sort of thing. So invest a little bit in your appearance, especially guys. I think girls over here have got it down. They're very much things. But I'd say to guys, you don't want to be sat there in a t-shirt or trying to get dirt off you. So just look your best, never dress down.
Alright, thank you so much for coming to our Centonomy today, and thank you so much guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. Have a good day guys.
Thank you.